Welcome back to MBTV with me, Twinkle Gurnani. In our last video, we learned about rental income and the many benefits it brings to the table. But as with any investment, there is a flip side too. In part 2 of our series, we are going to explore the challenges of investing in real estate for rental income. To provide us with expert insights, Mr. Rajat Mohan, Senior Partner of AMRG and Associates, will be joining us. But before we dive in, do not forget to hit that subscribe button for MBTV. One major concern in real estate investment is liquidity. Please explain why real estate assets have low liquidity and what that means for investors.
The prime reason for this is a standardization of the asset class. When you go out and buy a piece of equity share of Reliance Industries or a DLF, it is standardized. Whatever you have sold, the other person have bought the same. There is no problem with regard to quality of the product or the title of such equity share. Thereby, there are millions and millions of people transacting such equity share or such asset class or such bond on a daily basis on an exchange. Thereby, there are thousands and thousands, maybe millions of buyers or sellers for a particular share. Lowest, there would be hundreds of buyers and sellers for a particular share, right? Whereas this is not the case with the real estate property. For a real estate property, even a property, at a difference of 100 meters away from one property to another property, the title may not be clear. The property may be near to a park. It may have certain preferential location charges, or it may be near to a police station or a temple or a gurdwara, which has a strong value and changes the value proposition for you and for me, right? It may have enhanced the value for some, it may have reduced the value for some. So it's very, very important to understand that every real estate property is different irrespective of its size, etc. Because of which the numbers of buyers and sellers of a real estate property are minimal. It does not run into hundreds and hundreds. A particular property that you like may benefit you but may not be liked by thousands of others. Thereby, there would always be a single buyer or a single seller. There is always a single seller. So all the properties are for the buyers also. You will find very few buyers for a property. This is why investing in the real estate property is a time-consuming process. The capital expense is huge as compared to other asset class. If you buy a piece of jewelry, you can buy it in 50,000 bucks, but you will not get any property in 50,000 bucks. So it's very important to understand that the value is very high, the numbers of buyers and sellers are very low. Thereby, it is a time-consuming process. Thereby, liquidity is a concern. Some properties may take years to sell. Earliest a property could be sold in a couple of months. But this is what should be at the top of your mind while making an investment decision in a real estate property.
Let's move on to another key point: real estate's high upfront cost. Can you explain why investing requires a significant initial investment and the challenges in securing these funds?
Taking a loan from a bank or from an NBFC is very hard these days. What are the reasons for the same? Securing a loan against a property is very difficult. What are the reasons? So ideally, the reasons are very, very simple. Whenever a bank or an NBFC is giving you a loan, they need to ensure a lot of things. They need to ensure your creditworthiness. They need to understand the genuineness of the transaction. They need to understand that you will put their money into the safe hands, that the asset class that you are investing is not overpriced. In case you are not able to pay off the loan, that they can liquidize this asset class not in a very, very long-term scenario. In a short-term scenario, they could liquidize this asset. There are a lot of things, checks and balances that every bank has to do. Banks are not free to lend out loans. They are governed by Reserve Bank of India, which is a central bank. A lot of conditions and master circulars and notifications have been issued by bank for Reserve Bank of India for every bank to ensure any investment in real estate. So these are the few reasons because of which you have to do a lot of documentation for the banks, so that they understand your intent, they understand your genuineness, they understand your credit worthiness, and then lend you loan for the acquisition or reconstruction of a property.
Could you offer some insights into the challenges that landlords face with tenants?
Yes, I believe a lot of landlords are facing issues with tenants. In fact, it is very difficult to find a good tenant these days. Menace of tenants in certain cases is quite evident. Delay in payment of rentals, non-payment of interest in case of there was a delay in payment. They do not upkeep the property very well. It is very important to ensure, because it is your property, you are the property owner. Tenant many a times does not have any love for the property. You need to ensure that your property is kept in a proper manner. If you do not ensure a proper upkeep of the property, eventually it will lead to some major repairs in the property, which will be entirely your expense. You need to make sure that you visit your property once a month or on a bi-monthly basis, ensuring that property is very well kept, not resulting into any major issues on the property itself. If you have entered into a tenancy agreement with a tenant who per se is not a good tenant, then getting the tenant evicted from such property with or without the help of a court is a very lengthy process.
Why is maintenance vital for property owners, and how does it affect investments? Over to you, Rajat.
Please understand, once you have rented your property, the property needs to be maintained, and all minor repairs are the responsibility of the tenant itself. If tenant will not get minor repairs done, if the tenants will not get maintenance done, if tenant will not upkeep the property, eventually it will result into big loss to the quality of your property. And after 5 years or 10 years, once this tenant moves out, you need to get certain major repairs, which will be a huge expenditure for you. So you need to ensure that your property is kept in a very well manner, it's properly maintained, and the tenant is getting all the minor repairs done for the property.
Thank you for breaking down these challenges for our viewers, Rajat. It is crucial for prospective property owners to have a comprehensive understanding. And to our audience, if you found this discussion enlightening, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to MBTV for more insights on the real estate landscape. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, happy investing. This is Twinkle Gurnani signing off with camera person Raghu for MBTV.